This is how a North Sydney Boys student uses a revision framework to boost their performance in the selective test. There are only 4 key steps in your way between you and your dream high school. Across the hundreds of students I've come across in traditional tutoring in a brick and mortar centre, I can identify what leads to success in the selective test. I can see that below average students steadily fall behind, and those at the bottom fall so far behind that no matter the quality of the tutor, they are forced to leave them behind. In this video, I can teach you to empower yourself in your improvement and not rely on the teacher or the capability of other students in your class. Number 1, awareness. Be aware of the working out and the logical steps that you make. Do you know how these work? Well, people in the Sloman and Fernbach study thought that they did because they use them every day, yet failed to explain exactly how the click of a button led to a toilet flush or how the click of a button also ignited an engine. Children doing the selective test are the same. They think they understand a concept or a method because they get the question right, but then fail to understand why they're getting similar questions wrong. This effect is called the illusion of explanatory depth, and many scientific studies show that the people that are most confident in beliefs, especially when they are false, if your intuition and your logical reason were correct all the time, there's no reason for you to watch this video at all, as you have no reason to improve. Number 2, understand the optimal strategy. You are under a vicious time constraint in the selective test, and without understanding the optimal strategy, you'll be left behind and others will be working more efficiently and more effectively. If you find that you're struggling with understanding difficult questions and spending time rereading phrases and questions instead of finding a solution, listen carefully into the next step.
If you made it this far into the video, you're better than 95% of your peers who can't watch anything but short form brain rot content. So good job. Let's get into a 2023 thinking skills paper. So first of all, we read the key words, right? Key words are the connections to the objects, not the objects. Keywords are connections and not the objects. So what we're going to do is we're going to write out the question or the passage in a simplified version. So we have only go if greater than equal to 12 or not alone. For Robbie, well, we don't want to include the objects, right? So we just have not alone, then must be less than 12 years old. Cohen, since she was alone, then she's greater than 12. So now we have the next step, formulate. Formulate is the key logical reasoning steps. Right? So we have Robbie, if they're not alone, then greater than 12. So we have to relate it back to the question, if they are greater than 12 or not alone, only then you can go on the right. So we compare it, if not alone, then has to be over 12, right? But then over 12 is not the same as less than 12. So that means Robbie's reasoning is incorrect because it doesn't match the questions. However, we're going to look at Cohen's. If they are alone, then it's going to be greater than 12. Right? Well, the question says, if you're alone, then you have to be greater than 12 because of the or statement. So that means it matches up with the reasoning. Okay? Finally, all we have to do is use the evidence we've gathered to conclude our answer. So we know that since Robbie did not get the right answer and Cohen did get the right answer, the only answer option available to us is B, only Cohen. Okay? So optimally, these kind of logical feedback can be broken down from a knowledgeable teacher or a coach. But you should try this yourself too, if you think you know the right answer and the right method. And then you compare it to your own method in the revision worksheet to find out what you did wrong. If you feel really uncomfortable with this step, check out the link in the description to book a call with me. Finally, we must take the effort to identify what mistake, why I did this, and how I can fix it. Even when learning the correct way to do something, people still believe in contradictory beliefs. Even the most famous, intelligent people, even the smartest minds of the collective history of our civilization, like Charles Darwin, Albert Einstein, Sir Francis Bacon, all of them made heavy contributions to science, yet they still believed in a God controlling everything. This effect, called explanatory coexistence, shows that your natural intuition or your prior knowledge can actually coexist with your new, better understandings. Your brain will come up with a way to explain both explanations, such as, well, God made the earth, but instead of 7 days, he made it in 7 billion years. Only through sustained cognitive effort to tell ourselves to stop using old methods can we actually adopt new methods. For example, if you missed keywords or didn't understand them, make the active decision to inhibit old reading strategies and put keywords into a new glossary or a dictionary. For thinking skills, you must also identify the rules, such as reverse reasoning, and then put examples and definitions so you don't make the same mistake. For this exact revision worksheet, you can use to correct your mistakes. You can print out and use for absolutely zero cost. Click the link in the description so that it can automatically be emailed to you. You also receive daily tips and tricks and more detailed examples of this revision worksheet.